Good evening, friends. Stephen Ben-Nun here with Israeli News Live and Planet X here on Patreon. And boy, this one's going to be a very difficult video to do with you guys this evening. As you know, I have been involved with a project on this with the government, volunteering some insight on things that I'm asked about. And I know that there have been 3 different bodies that they are tracking that are all potential Planet X objects. Well, today the subject came up once again in a course of meetings there, but we've been dealing more with the issue of Russia and Ukraine. And as we begin to talk about it, there was a new meeting that had just came out in the government about Planet X, and or as they call it, Planet 9, that totally took me by surprise. Now, it does not change the meteorite object of 2031, or not meteorite, but the comet, I should say, of 2031, the one that they call the Planet Killer, or extinction level event. That this is something that they're preparing for in 2030, 2031 extinction level event, which is what I have really believed to be the coming Planet X. Of course, there was another one that they told me about, another comet that would come through in 2024, 2025-ish, roughly in that time frame. Also, they consider that one there to be one that could cause some significant problems. But then today, of course, the third one I've been told about would be the one that's coming this year, the comet that will come through, I think, in April, which is what is referred to by, Gil Broussard. That's the one for this year. Today, however, what was brought to my attention was a totally new set of time frames for Planet X. It does not change as I said, the 2030, 2031 body. But so I asked if there was any updates on Planet X, and I was told yes, that the system that it is a part of will actually enter into our solar system by September this year, 2021. And it was also told to me that by the end of the year of, 2022, sorry, not 2021, but 2022. But by the end of this year of 2022, it will begin to affect the planets as it comes nearer to the Earth. That completely caught me off guard. I've been anticipating that these comets, or one of the 2 of these, at least out of the 2030-31, as well as the 2024-2025, would actually be Planet X. Then I'm totally blindsided by this information here. I went back to the initial information that I have on the memory stick that I gave Paul Bagley. U.S. Naval Observatory, for example, here announced Dr. Robert S. Harrington, supervisor astronomer, he estimates on the path of Planet X. Now, this is one of the things on the memory stick, and I just put up a few clips here I wanted to share with you. This one here, also this is where there was, Dr. Robert Harrington had a mysterious death. May 22nd, 2008, Dr. Robert S. Harrington, the chief astronomer of the U.S. Naval Observatory, died before he could publicize the fact that Planet X is approaching our solar system. Many feel his death a part of a cover-up, one in which government agencies quickly moved to conceal the most earth-shaking discovery in history. If so, the search for the truth begins in, I couldn't quite make out that, new something. This information they wanted to suppress back in 2008. with the U.S. government scientist, Dr. Naval. Actually, he's a naval astronomer, Dr. Robert S. Harrington. The issue of that, then you have some of the effects that were on the memory stick here. There's much information on this memory stick, just an incredible amount of information, things that I have no clue, no understanding of. But they said that as it approaches, the approaching signs would be increased earth wobble, extreme weather anomalies, intense seismic volcanic activity, crustal displacement, erratic declination of moon planets, increased fireballs, meteors, all of which are things that we're seeing happening. And it's no wonder why, and I've said this so many times in the meetings I'm in, you know, all the events that we're seeing that are happening, the anomalies and things like that, the extreme weather, you know. Now, the one thing we have not seen yet is the hypercanes. I know that they had predicted that we would see hypercanes, hurricanes that would have winds that would be higher than anything that we've ever seen before. We did see the storms that came across the Midwest that would be in winds of excess of 100 miles an hour. We have seen more meteorites than in recorded history. I mean, every year we're breaking records with the number of meteorites that are happening. The seismic activity, the volcanic activity is completely off the charts right now. And that's just from the energies that are coming in from the system. And they've told me this. They admit that that's true. That's happening. Those things, that is what's causing a lot of these things to take place. Things that are affecting the sun, etc. But then today I'm told that September it'll enter our solar system. By the end of the year, it'll begin to start affecting the planets themselves, the planets that are further out that would see this particular system coming through, is what I'm assuming. In fact, if you look, I think it's this video here. No, I don't think I have it up then. Yeah, here we go. This one right here, right? I put this video up here. This is in September 30th of 2022 right here. And I'm not really sure where, that's when it's supposed to enter our solar system. I'm assuming from this direction here. By the end of the year, I'm told it'll be affecting the planets. Let me just pull it in like that there. If that were to be the case, by the end of the year, now we're at January the 2nd, according to right there at the top of the screen there, of 2023. So if it's coming through there, then yes, it'd be affecting Saturn and Venus. Not quite affecting Earth as of yet. Then it would do its loop around. I'd have to find a map that would show 2024 of where the Earth would be at then. I have been told, though, when it passes Earth, China will be the one that is the most greatly affected by Planet X. In so much so that China, it will destroy their ability for agricultural gains. Now, also on that memory stick, if you remember, the estimated arrival was Wednesday, December the 6th of 2023. Let me just see out of curiosity. Planets 2022. All right, let's see. Let's do it as 23. And we will put the planets. Just the way these guys here do it. Let me just see if I can pull up a video. Yeah, here we go. Nice. So we will take now, because I'm assuming as it loops back around, as the Planet X is looping back around probably in here. And keep in mind, guys, I am by no means am I a expert on these things here. I'm thinking maybe we might see this thing early 2023 affecting the Earth. Unless, let me just pull this around further. It's slower coming around or something, and we're going to see it more around the, let's just take it out to December there area roughly. Yeah, or back to, let's back up, see where the Earth is at December the 6th. Roughly right. Ooh, 12, 1. There it is, 12, 6. And there again, I have no idea. The Earth has already gone around the sun again. You know, for us, it takes a year for us to get around, but this is the orbit that this will be on will be much further coming in. And like, for example, I forget what they say, how many years it takes for Pluto, for example, to go around the sun. As you can see, anytime you're moving these things, all these other planets are much, much slower, right? Much, much slower. The ones that are on the inside there are moving very, very rapidly. But Saturn, Jupiter, now Mars moves pretty quickly. Mercury, very fast. Venus, a little faster than the Earth. That type thing there. So maybe it is in December like that, December 6th. I really don't know the answer. I just don't know the answer to those things there. But I do know that they're very worried about it. But at the same time, when I say they're worried about it, they're not worried about it as being a planet killer like as they are. I mean, they're very concerned about this comet that's coming through in 2030, 2031. That's not changed. They're anticipating that we could have an impact that would potentially be extinction level event. But as far as just Planet X itself, they're worried about two things. One, I know they're worried about who lives on this thing. That they're very much worried about. Who lives on this planet? Reason being, and I need to see if there's one other thing I wanted to share with you as well. Get past all these Putin issues here. I still, by the way, I'm not done with doing my report on Ukraine yet. I was just looking, there was one other video. Let's see, I'll have to probably, let me just open up a new frame here. Let's see. In the movie, or at least the television series Star Trek, the Borg, there is a spacecraft imagery. Let me see. When I was a kid, I watched the old Star Treks, but never watched new ones. This thing right here is called a cube. I think this was part of Star Trek, called the Borg there. From what I've been hearing, we have been seeing a lot of new type of aliens and even new types of alien spacecraft, including one very similar to the cube that is in the Star Trek series, where they talk about the Borg is one of the things that was brought to my attention. For our government, the fear is those people that live on this planet X and as it nears our Earth. Not to mention, we will, though, go through major seismic activities. We will go through very, very, very strong magnetic pulls as this planet comes by. And I still have not been given a date, but it is causing me to go back and revisit the memory stick about this binary system and that date of December of 2023. And also here, Wormwood, the horned god planet X, the fiery red dragon of old, the Orbis brown dwarf star called Nemesis, our binary star, detectable only by infrared telescopes far away. Nibiru, Planet X, circumbinary ninth planet in our solar system, the planet of the crossing, 10 times larger than Jupiter, has a blue moon orbiting the size of Neptune. The red Kachina, Planet X, ancient collision of Planet X, former moon, split lower half of the Earth. Collision created our current moon and the asteroid belt between Earth and Mars. Planet X collision moved Earth from 2.3 AU to 1 AU closer. Let me back out so we can see that, to our sun. And the blue Kachina Nibiru is orbiting the moon of a Planet X, home of Anunnaki. See, notice I didn't put it on there too. This is the home of the Anunnaki. Atmosphere contains monoatomic spiral gold to reflect incoming IR radiation from Nibiru and our sun. Spiral gold causes IR light to reflect blue light back to space. The math term golden ratio equals 1 to 1.61 may apply. Again, all these things are far beyond anything that I could ever even understand or anything about this. Okay, so I'm just kind of sharing that type of information with you, and so I want you guys to be able to see what's going on, what's actually happening here. And of course, with me trying to report these things, you know, I wished I knew these things before I even started sometimes. I wish I knew about this, but like I said, it doesn't change anything about 2030, 2031's comet or 2024, 2025 comet, unless the 2024, 2025 comet that they're talking about, which is actually what I said to you recently, I felt like that would be the stronger possibility for the Planet X scenario. And it could be, that could be the one. We didn't have enough time to go into that. We're having a lot of issues going on right now. So I'm going to update you just as quick as I can on more information about this. But I wanted you to know now, because this is flat out nerve-wracking. And it explains too, though, why the threat of China, okay, why there is a threat of China right now invading the United States, because as I was told, China their agricultural will be destroyed as a result. They want the United States for a new home. And I think that's why we're going to see all the wars are going to happen. One of the ancient documents that I have studied in relations to this Planet X crossing is one of the Egyptian documents that I have studied on there. It talks about that all the kings of the earth would be at war first before this binary system comes through. I'll try to find that and share that details with you so that I can update you on that as well. But the scary thing is the thing is almost here. And I don't even know what to think, really don't. And of course, the other thing is, you know, I know that they've told me before that these alien groups here are going to claim to be the saviors of our world, that we're in chaos, they come to save us. Well, that's right about the right timing. And then on top of that, you have that we have a lot of issues going on, and here this planet is on top of us right now. This is why I think the wars have sped up. This is why everything is speeding up right now. Planet X is about to come. And of course, don't forget, I've been told that the reptilians that work with our military have already been stating their cousins are returning, and they're returning soon. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live. Let's be prayed up more than you could ever imagine. God bless you and good evening.